Hello everyone and welcome to this video in which we will be solving a LRDI set from CAT 2024 slot 2. This is the set which is which has a bit of statistics in it. It talks about ratings given by buyers to a particular retail store, to a particular online store, and we have to consider the ratings on 3 different days and use a bit of statistics to get to the correct answers of the questions. This set is actually pretty simple as well. In fact, I would say all 5 sets of CAT 24 slot 2 are pretty simple to solve. But to solve this set, you need to have some basic understanding of statistics, very fundamentals of statistical concepts. If you do have that, then the set becomes very simple to solve. So let's understand first what the set is actually telling us. They are telling us that each customer can give them ratings of 1 through 5, and they're describing something called cumulative average. So cumulative average is calculated as the average of all the ratings given on that day or before that day. So for example, when they say that the cumulative average of day 1 is 3, it means that if I add up the ratings of every single customer of day 1, and if I divide that by the total number of customers of day 1, then I will get 3. Then they say of day 2, the cumulative average is 3.1, which means if I add up all the ratings given by customers on day 1 and on day 2, and I divide by the total number of customers that have come to the store, that have rated the store on day 1 and day 2 put together, sum of the total number of customers of day 1 and day 2 put together, then I will get 3.1. So this is what we have to understand about cumulative average. And the points that have been given to us are only about day 3. So these clues are for day 3 only. The following information is about ratings on day 3. So using this, you can deduce some things about day 3, which we will do in a bit. And day 2's rating distribution has been given to us completely. So entire information of day 2 has been given to us in this graph, which means from this graph, we can look at it and say that 10 buyers gave a rating of 5, 20 buyers gave a rating of 4, 5 buyers gave a rating of 3, and so on and so forth on day 2. Before we get to the questions of this particular set, let me consider the clues of day 3. And let's try to deduce some things about day 3's rating first. So focusing on the clues of day 3, the first clue tells us that 100 buyers gave product ratings on day 3. Perfect. We know the frequency, the total number of people who gave the rating. The modes of the ratings are 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 were the modes. Mode is what? Mode of a distribution is that reading, is that value that appears maximum number of times, which means maximum number of customers on day 3 gave the product a rating of 4 or a 5. What this means is that the number of people who gave a rating of 4 is equal to the number of customers who gave a rating of 5. And number of buyers who gave a rating of 1, 2, or 3 is less than the number of customers who gave a rating of 4 and 5. So maximum number of customers, like among all the ratings, if I have number of buyers giving ratings of each of the values, then 1, 2, and 3 ratings given by buyers will be lesser than number of buyers who gave a rating of 4 and number of buyers who gave a rating of 5. And both of these will be equal to each other. Number of buyers who gave a rating of 4 and number of buyers who gave a rating of 5 will be equal to each other. Third clue says number of buyers giving each product rating are non-zero multiples of 10, which means that number of people giving each rating can either be 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50. It cannot be more than 50 because if 4 and 5 equal number of people have to give the same ratings, then maximum both of these ratings could have been given by 50 and 50 buyers each, and that will account for the total of 100 buyers. So it has to be 50 or less. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That makes finding out the number of buyers who gave each of these ratings very simple. Fourth clue says the same number of buyers gave product ratings of 1 and 2, which means the number of buyers who gave a rating 1 is equal to number of buyers who gave a rating of 2. And that number is half of the buyers who gave a rating of 3. I think using this, we can understand or we can easily calculate how many customers gave which rating on day 3. So using these clues, first thing I can say is that we know 4 and 5 occurred most frequently and equally frequently. This means that, as I said, at max 50 people could have given a rating of 4 and 5, and all other ratings' frequency will be less than 50. Frequency, by the way, is a number of times a reading happens, number of times a rating happens. Frequency of rating 3 has to be an even multiple of 10. Why? Because it is twice the number of people who give a rating of 3 is twice the number of people who give a rating of 1 and 2. And if all the ratings have to be multiples of 10, all the number of buyers giving each of these ratings have to be multiples of 10, then of course, number of people who gave a rating of 3 has to be either 40 or 20. So if it is 40, then rating 1 and 2 will be 20 and 20. If it is 20, rating 1 and 2 will be 10 and 10. Of these, only 20 is possible. Why 20 is only possible? Because if 40 people gave a rating of 3, that means that 20 and 20 will be giving a rating of 1 and 2. That will make 40 plus 20 plus 20, 80 buyers taken into account. So remaining 20 buyers are giving a rating of 4 and 5, and that is not possible because I know that ratings of 4 and 5 have occurred most frequently. So that's why the only possibility is that 20 people have given a rating of 3, and that means that rating of 1 and 2 has been given by 10 customers each. So that means that 10 plus 10, 20 customers have given a rating of 1 or 2. 20 customers have given a rating of 3, which means that this in itself takes care of 40 buyers. The remaining 60 buyers have given a rating of 4 and 5, and because number of buyers who have given a rating of 4 and number of buyers who have given a rating of 5 are equal, that means that 4 and 5 have been given by 30 buyers each. So with this, we can make this table. The 30 buyers have given a rating of 5, 30 have given 4, 20 have given 3, 10 have given 2, and 10 have given 1. So day 3's data we have, day 2's data we have. Day 1 also we can calculate a few things based on the information given, based on the cumulative average given of 3 and 3.1, and that's what the first question is about. First question is asking us, how many buyers gave ratings on day 1? To find this out, we will use a cumulative average. The cumulative average of day 1 is 3 and of day 2 is 3.1. So which means that if I take the number of buyers on day 1 as x, then sum of all the ratings on day 1 will be equal to 3x, right? Because cumulative average is 3. So 3x will be the sum of all the ratings given. Next, we have got total cumulative average at the end of day 2 is 3.1. And I know on day 2, as I can count here, 50 buyers came into the shop, or 50 buyers gave ratings, because 10 have given 5 plus 20 have given 4. That means 10 plus 20, 30 plus 5 have given 3. So 35 plus 10 have given 2. That is 45 plus 5 have given 1. So 45 plus 5, 50. So total number of buyers on day 1 and day 2 put together will be x plus 50. And the cumulative average is 3.1. So the total of all the ratings on day 1 and day 2 put together is x plus 50. Which means if I subtract these two, if I subtract this from this, then I will get the sum of all the ratings given on day 2 only, right? And that is the equation that we can form. On day 2, I know total number of ratings given was 5 into 10 plus 4 into 20 plus 3 into 5 plus 2 into 10 plus 1 into 5, which is 170. And 3.1 into x plus 50 minus 3x will be equal to 170. Using that, we can find the value of x, and x comes out to be 150. So the answer to question number 1, that's why, will be 150. 150 buyers came into the shop on day 1. Right. So it's a simple averages concept, and if we apply basic concept of arithmetic mean, we can find out the number of buyers who had come into the shop on day 1. Next, let's look at question number 2. Question number 2 says, what is the daily average rating of day 3? That's very simple to calculate because we have already found out this entire table. So they're asking for daily average rating, not cumulative average rating. That's very important to understand. Daily average rating is only on day 3. So sum of all the ratings of day 3 divided by the total number of customers of day 3. So I know total number of customers is 100. And if I add up all the ratings, and 5 people have given 30, so 5 into 30, similarly plus 4 into 30, plus 3 into 20, plus 2 into 10, plus 1 into 10, divided by total number of buyers, which is 100. And that will give me the answer as, 3.6. Simple, straightforward. Again, average calculation, nothing more than calculation of averages. Next, we have been asked, what is the median of all ratings given on day 3? What is median? Median is a central value. What I mean by central value is that if I arrange all the data points in descending order, then the value that happens at the middle is called the median. For example, let's say that if 5 customers had come to the shop, and of the 5 customers, 2 customers gave a rating of 5, okay, 1 customer gave a rating of 4, and the last 2 customers gave a rating of 2 and 2. So in descending order, these are the ratings, and the middle value is 4, so 4 will be the median. Similarly, let's say there are 6 people coming into the store. First 2 people have given a rating of 5 and 5. Another person has given a rating of 4. Another person has given a rating of 3. And the last 2 people had given a rating of 2 and 2. Then when you have got an even number of terms, there is no central value. This time we have got 2 values at the center. So average of 4 plus 3 is what we will take. So 4 plus 3 by 2, 3.5 will be the median in this case. This is how we calculate median. Median is, if there are an odd number of terms, then it's the absolute center value when all the values are arranged according to descending order. Or it is the average of the middle 2 values, again, if all the values are arranged in descending order. In this case, we know that on day 3, 100 customers had come to the store. That means that it is an even number, so the middle values will be 2. So average will be, or the median will be the average of the 50th value and the 51st value. So that's what we have to find out. Now I know that this table exists. So if I arrange all the numbers in descending order, right, then the first 30 points are all going to be 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And after that, the next 30, which means that from 31 to 60 will be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So which means the 50th term and the 51st term both will be 4. So average of 2 4s will be 4, and that is what will be the correct answer to say question number 3. That's it. Answer is 4. You can arrange the values also in an ascending order. Instead of a descending order, you can also arrange them in ascending order. Even then, the central value or the average of the two values which are at the center will give you the median. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Let me erase all of this so that the solution part of it is clear. So this is also, once you have drawn the table, this is again a say 20-second question. So once we have figured out question number 1 for day 1, and once we have drawn the table for day 3, I think the first 3 questions become cakewalk. Each of these questions, after we figured out question number 1, the number of people who are coming to the store on day 1, and the table for day 3 once we have made, the first 3 questions can be solved, put together in 1.5 to 2 minutes at the maximum. And question number 4 is also pretty simple, requires a bit of calculation, but still not difficult at all. Which of the following is true about the cumulative average ratings of day 2 and day 3? Now, we already know cumulative average rating of day 2 is 3.1. So for day 3, if I have to calculate cumulative average, then what I have to do is I already know that 3.1 into 200 is a total of all the ratings till day 2. Why 200? Because 150 people came to the store on day 1, 50 people came to the store on day 2. So 3.1 is a cumulative average of day 1 and day 2 put together. So 3.1 into 200 will be the total of all the ratings till day 2. And on day 3, we can calculate again the total by using the table that we had just made before. So that's what I've written here. 200 into 3.1 will be sum of all the ratings till day 2, and 360, as we had calculated in the last question or the question before that, is the total of all the ratings on day 3. So if I add all of this up, this is going to be 980. And total number of ratings till day 3, day 1, day 2, day 3 put together is 100. 100 buyers have given rating. So which means cumulative average of day 3 will be 980 by 300, which is 3.266666666, repeating. So which means how much is cumulative average of day 3 more than cumulative average of day 2? That's what we have to find out. So D cannot be the answer. Cumulative average of day 3 decreased from day 2 is not true. So it has definitely increased. So one of the 3 options of increased will be the correct answer. We have to find out whether it is increased by less than 5%, by more than 8%, or between 5 to 8%. So how much has it increased by? To calculate that, it's simple percentage calculation. From 3.1, it has gone to 3.266667. So it has increased by 0.166666. And what percentage of 3.1 is that? If we calculate that, we will get this value as 5.376 approx. So which means it lies between 5% and 8%, and that's why answer will be option C. Right? It is a percentage calculation question. If you want, you should in fact absolutely use your on-screen calculator given on the day of the examination. Use your on-screen calculator, get to the exact value so that you're not approximating it to 5%, because if you approximate it to 5%, you might end up marking the answer as A. But the answer is C because it's slightly more than 5%, so it lies between 5 and 8%. So these are the answers to the 4 questions of this set. Again, simple set. I would say that on the day of the examination, with the pressure of the CAT paper, this set can still be solved in sub 10 minutes maximum by 12 minutes. Thank you.